Hello, hello. This one's going to be a little different, and I'm kind of excited and interested to see what happens because today we're doing something a little different and we're going to be talking about spirits. I'm inviting some people. So little introduction. If you know me, I have the gift of being able to see spirits. It's not weird. The first time I started doing it, I thought, oh my gosh, I'm so strange. I can see ghosts. I need to be in a mental hospital. And as I have grown up, matured, and developed this gift, it's not as crazy anymore. Just inviting a couple more people, then I'll get started. So it used to be really intimidating, and now it's just, meh, I see spirits, whatever. It's part of life at this point. So, okay, let's start. So, this is a unique request. I actually got a PM, and she was telling me about her experience with being able to see spirits, and it was really an interesting experience for her, and she just didn't have anywhere to go, and she didn't know anybody who publicly shared that they see spirits besides me. And so we're going to talk about spirits. This is not entirely connected to energy healing. I would not say this is a part of energy healing at all, or energy work, if you want to call it that. But I will say that it is a lot of people have questions, and those who don't know about it are very curious. And so I was like, yeah, sure, let's do a video on that. Okay, so let's talk about the different kinds of spirits. There are good spirits and there are bad spirits, and we're not going to focus too much on the bad spirits. We're just going to focus on the good ones. And then there are a couple different kinds of good ones. So we have like our angels that are, passed on, who are really good. They're working through the divine to help enlighten us and have really great spiritual experiences. So we have those guys, and then we have our, I call them angels. Angels are the people who are called of God to help you, and they have passed on. Then we have there are people who have passed on who are not specifically called of God to help you. They kind of just attach to you and make life really hard because it's more of a loyalty bond and a commitment thing, and it can get really interesting. A lot of the times these angels think that they're saving you, but they're not really helping you. They have a lot of love in their heart, but they're the best way I can put it is like their glass is empty, but they're trying to fill your cup, if that makes sense. And so they're not really helpful. They're kind of intrusive and a little draining. And a lot of the times the connection is between you and a really sweet family member that you love, or you and like someone who's passed on, or someone that you knew in the life before this one, etc. So there's those. This video is woo, okay? So if you're not good with like woo, then you should probably click out. And then the other kind of spirit we have is the conscious spirit. So the spirit that is connected to our physical body. So my spirit, the people who's watching this, your spirit, some people want to call it the soul. It's that energy that is inside of you that is learning and growing and manifesting every day. And then we have unborn spirits. So I guess I'm going over a couple more, but we have unborn spirits, and those are spirits who have not been born yet, obviously, who are not physical yet. So a couple different kinds. There's many different kinds, and I've seen them all and I've experienced them all. And by this point, it's like, if someone told me that spirits didn't exist, I would be like, okay, like your hand doesn't exist. Like, it's so real to me at this point that it's like funny if someone is skeptical in my head. So I see them all the time. I experience them all the time. They're very common. Okay. So the specific question I got was, they wanted to understand what spirits, the spirits that are in our body, like how that works and how that manifests. And if you know me, you know that this is my specialty. Like I am a medium, and I definitely work with people who are not been born yet. Those are my, like, people who have not been born and people who are consciously in our body, or the spirits, people, they are people, but spirits who have not been born and spirits who are in our body are the people that I see the most often and associate with the most. So I love to console people who are like dealing with infertility and stuff, because it can be very healing. Okay, so we're going to specifically be talking with spirits who are just like you and me, your spirit, my spirit, and what that looks like and how that works. So, you have a spirit, I have a spirit, and they are very real to me. And I see them, I hear them, I talk to them, and I experience them just like I would a normal person. A lot of the times I'll be having a conversation with someone, their spirit will step outside of their body as the conscious person is talking, the physical person is talking, and the spirit will step outside of their body and just have a conversation with me as well. And I can simultaneously only listen to one. So a lot of the time the spirit takes preference because I'm seeing them more. And so a lot of the times when I was younger, I would get in a lot of trouble, and they said I had ADD and ADHD because I couldn't focus and concentrate. And it was because I was listening to so many conversations. It's like, I'm not hearing the teacher, I'm hearing what the teacher's spirit is telling me. And it would get really interesting. So, question, when you say you see them, do you mean consciously with your eyes open, or do you use your third eye? Both. I've seen them both. I've seen them with my physical eyes, and I've seen them with my third eye, and it just depends on the day. I would say they're very physical to me because I'm a very physical person. But most of the time with my eyes, I'll see the outline of them, and then when I turn away my third eye, I can see details. So if I turn away, I can see like someone has blonde hair and someone has like blue eyes. But if I turn and I look physically at them, I see the outline of them and I see where they're moving. And I can, if anybody has ever experienced Reiki, I can actually feel where they are in the room. It's a very physical feeling to me. It's not like, woo, it's like very physical. Like I will walk around spirits when I walk. And so some people think I'm crazy because it's like, I know there are people around me, and it's like, I wouldn't just ram into you. So I try to be polite. Anyway, most of the time, they come to me only when I'm doing sessions. So it's not like I live like this. Like I've learned how to dial it down, and I've learned how to turn it off when I don't want it and when it's not necessary, because living like this, I mean, I would live in a mental hospital if I lived like this. Like it would be way too much. So I have learned how to dial it down. But okay, so spirits in and out of the body. I feel like I'm going on tangents because there's so much I could talk about here. But the spirit that is in and out of our body, our spirit is connected to us by a cord. This is what I have physically seen. So our spirit is connected to us by a cord in our heart chakra. And a lot of people think that when the spirit leaves the body, that means that you've died. And that's not true, not at all. And it drives me crazy. It's a big myth especially in our LDS culture, that, the spirit leaves the body and then we die. And that's not true. It's the only time we die is when the spirit cuts the cord from our physical body. So we have a cord connected to us and our spirit, and our spirit can leave. Our spirit can go to, my spirit can be here and then in Canada and in China and wherever. But so long as she's got this cord connected to me, we're good. Like we're solid. The cord can be really thick and full. Think of like an umbilical cord when it's brand new. It's like big and plump and juicy, full of really good stuff. And that means you have a really healthy cord. Our spirit cord can be really small and shriveled up. It's usually really thin. And that's usually what happens when we've disconnected and we're more connected into our natural carnal man. It usually happens when we are sinning or when we're making like not very great decisions, like murderers don't have very much of a spiritual cord at all. It's just like this thin little tripwire. Like it's so, so, so thin. People who are like really doing some scary stuff, they usually have a really thin cord. I'm trying to think. And then we have those big, thick cords, people who have really strong spiritual connections. And I will say that 99% of our ailments come from not having a very strong relationship with our spirit in our body. And that is because our spirit governs our chakras. And a lot of people don't really know that. Like, who maintains the chakras? If our subconscious mind is in control of our heart and when it beats and when to take a breath, then who is in control of maintaining our chakras? Who is in control for healing and clearing our energy system? A lot of people don't know, but it's actually our soul self. She is in charge. My spirit is in charge of making sure my chakras are maintained. So when you're having a really bad week and you're making some not so great decisions, that's the reason why people who are usually considered dark or not making very positive life decisions, that's usually the reason why their life is a mess, is because their chakras are also misfiring. I'm glad this is interesting. Please send me comments or questions, because I'm not sure what I'm supposed to touch on, so I'm just kind of like rambling. And so so our spirit can go in and out of our body so long as it's connected by a cord. We're healthy. The cord's density and how much life there is in the cord is determined on whether or not we have a healthy or an unhealthy connection to our spirit. And our spirit is the person who governs our chakras. Okay, cool. So I think I've summed that up pretty well. Let me think. I do want to do a video, a live on dreams and the intensity of dreams. So a lot of the times this is just a side note, but a lot of the times our spirits can feed us dreams, and a lot of the times our spirits, what we're dreaming about can be I'm trying to think of the word. It can be like a mirror, I guess, an experience to what our spirit is experiencing. So a lot of the time, our physical body is asleep and our spirit does not sleep. Our spirit doesn't need to sleep. It doesn't need to recuperate. So that's the time when your spirit is on adventures. That is a time when your spirit is learning and absorbing and healing and growing. So a lot of the times I call it like spirit school. That's when your spirit goes to spirit school and it steps out of your body and it connects to a cord, and it usually sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. I see a person who's coming to me. Oh, it's probably your brother. Okay. We'll have to do a session. Okay, so I'm just like, wait, who is this? And then I look down. I was going to read comments. Okay, so I would love to learn about dreams. I have had some of my brother who has passed. Some of his words have felt good in the dream, but worried about a lot. In the LDS Bible dictionary, it defines the soul as when the spirit and the body are one and the spirit travels. Yes, spirit definitely travels. No, you're good, Stormy, you're fine. Okay, so so the spirit will go to school and it will kind of learn and it will kind of grow. It does. It learns and grows. And then a lot of the time, our spirit can manifest things without our conscious knowledge. And so our sorry, I'm getting like lots of spirits yelling at me right now because I've opened doors. All right, everybody calm down. Calm down. It's all good. So we're just gonna talk about spirits today. I have to set the intention. We are going to talk about spirits. We're not delivering messages. Okay, cool. Whew. All right, so our spirits do go on lessons. Our spirits do heal things. Our spirits are in control. And a lot of the times our spirits will actually, they'll actually like do a contract. So they'll actually like if me and my husband need to experience something and I understand that my husband is on a different level than I am, like, and there have been so many times where I'll set up a contract and our spirits will create a contract. And so his spirit will come up to my spirit and we'll both be asleep and we'll be like, so tomorrow we're going to create this for ourselves so that we can learn this lesson. And so a lot of the times, like, our car will break down and our spirits will just kind of be sitting there smiling. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, we need to learn what? And, or sometimes we'll get in a fight, or sometimes I'll be triggered about something that he said. And it's because our spirits have, like, got together and have decided something and manifested something for our conscious and physical body. Now, again, everything that I'm saying is not gospel doctrine. It's just my own interpretation. This is not, it's not doctrine, I should say. So this is what I've experienced and this is what I have seen. There's a lot of experiences that I've seen. There's a lot of people and books that I've read about people who have experienced spirits so that they can, and I've read them so that I can kind of understand my own gifts. But this is basically what I'm learning in regards to spirits in general. So this is the sum up video. I hope this is helpful and I hope this is beneficial for everybody. I'm going to wrap it up because I don't know much more of what I can say. If you have questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know in the comments below. I'm going to read some of these comments. I was wondering if you feel there is a difference between astral level and innate spiritual traveling. Robin, explain more. Go into more detail. And then, sorry, you're good. Don't even apologize. I live with this. So if I didn't know how to turn this off and tune it out, like, that would be bad. But don't worry, like, it doesn't inconvenience me because I'm used to it. I love learning all of this. Thank you. That makes me feel good. So you see self spirits and spirits for others. Yes, I do. I see my own. My own spirit is very sassy and she likes to demand a lot from me. And she has some very high expectation as she is making it back to God. And then I do see spirits of others. Yes, they communicate with me as well. That is why I feel like I'm in my my other business. It's called Spirit Personalities, and it's because I've seen the different colors of each spirit and what each spirit looks like. And I can see kind of what they look like in their divine based off of what, like, I don't believe people are bad anymore. Like, I've never believed people are bad. I believe that people are really, really good at their core and that people, like individuals, have forgotten that they're super good. And so one of my gifts is just being able to help people see the light inside of themselves, help people be able to see the good inside of themselves, because everybody has a really bright part of themselves. And a lot of the time we're so connected to our physical body or the carnal man that we forget how wonderful we are, like how awesome we are. And so that's kind of like what I do. That's like my favorite thing to do. It's like my specialty. That is my favorite thing to do. So this is the spirit video. Please let me know if you have questions, comments, or concerns. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to do a dream video. I will post it in this group right before I do it. I know this was a little bit out there. I haven't really talked about this gift very much just because I don't want to be seen as crazy, but at the same time, I'm like, there are people who need to know this. So I was like, I'll just put it in this group of 100 people and hopefully it will be accepted and I won't be seen as crazy. Okay, Robin, astral level is often performed as a conscious ritual where you have to protect your body from spirits that would possess you while entering or traveling. It is often used in shamanic witchcraft or rituals for healing exploration. Do you feel like the innate travel you mentioned is different, or does it pose the same risks? Okay, so yeah, so when your spirit is not in your body, this is why I like to do it when you're asleep, because I've noticed when you're asleep, they always say, have you ever noticed that when you're asleep, people always say you're in a very vulnerable state? Like, you have to trust the people that you sleep around. And it's because your spirit does leave the body and it doesn't protect it. So when it does leave the body, I hope I'm understanding your question. When it does leave the body, are you susceptible for attack? Yes, you are. But I believe that during sleep, it's one of those rare times when, yes, you are a little bit more open. And yes, when your spirit leaves, yes, you are a little bit more open to susceptible to things. But I truly believe, and what I have seen is that people, when the spirit leaves the body, there are always angels who guard your body. You will never ever be left unprotected or neglected, ever. You will always, 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 if it is not your will to have something inside of you, something dark or something mess with you. I've heard of the shamanic, like the shamanic stuff that you were talking about, because I think you sent that to me. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, so yes, that is what we're talking about, is when your spirit kind of leaves the body and you're kind of experiencing it through your spirit's eyes. And when that happens, though, you will always, 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 your spirit and your body will always be aligned by your agency. So if you're ever struggling with struggling with things that are not happy inside of you, things that don't bring you joy, etc., it's because your agency, you literally had to choose them inside of you. Otherwise, your angels will be called upon the second you need help. And they will immediately help you. Like, you'll never be ever, 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 ever be left defenseless. So God himself will protect your spirit or your body if you are not wanting anything dark inside of you. So, all right, I'm going to wrap it up now. I love you guys, and I'm so grateful that this one was really informational, and I'm glad that it helped you. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down below. I might just need to do another spirit video. We could do like a series. Let me know if that is something that you're interested in. I'll do it based off of how much questions and how many comments I get about this. And yeah, I think that's everything. You guys have a blessed Monday. I think it's Monday. Yeah, it is. You are so welcome, guys. Love you.